Yo, what's good guys? In today's video we are finally fixing the XB. By fixing the XB, I mean fix all the codes that it has. Running lean and bank 1. I don't have a second O2 sensor because of the exhaust. Obviously it's a hood exit, so unless I add one, it doesn't have one, so we're gonna add one today. Shouldn't take too crazy long, but it is late in the day already. Like it's 7 p.m. I just got home from work. We're just gonna start working on it. I do want to get this thing with no codes at all. Every code that I have is because of these O2 sensors. Now I'm gonna get 2 new ones, which I'm gonna order today. Those will be here in a couple days, or for you guys in a couple seconds or a couple minutes. And then we're gonna weld the O2 bung onto it, and then we should be good. All right, so I had bought these things to make the hole on the hood because these cut through metal. So I'm going to find the one that fits for the O2 sensor, which I should have somewhere in here. This thing right here. So I need something that's about the size of this O2 sensor to make the hole, and it sits like that, and then Santi will just weld this metal piece to the exhaust. Seems very simple, but shit never goes according to plan, so we're gonna see. All right, so I already did the first step, which is to get the car on wood, because we do need to jack this car up to remove the exhaust. If you haven't already, this is a 2AZFE. It's a 4-cylinder 2.4 liter with all it has is a intake, headers, and the exhaust. Okay, now to remove this exhaust, we basically need to take off the 2 bolts right there. So there's one here and one there. We need to take those 2 off, which I am going to get better hardware because they are 2 different sizes right now. It doesn't come out through the top, it comes out through the bottom. So we need to get enough space under the car to just physically move the exhaust. All right, and then now that I'm looking at it, the header actually cracked right there as well. So we're gonna have to drop this off as well. All right, so we made good progress. I finally found the right bit, made the hole. Then obviously we have my little spacer thing. Put it in there, and boom, once that shit welded in, bro, fucking factory. I think the XB was just made to have a hood exit from fucking Toyota. Okay, from the factory. All right, and we'll be right back when the exhaust is done. Let's go. And we're back. Now today's Monday. It's been about a week or so. It took us a little bit to get everything situated with the exhaust. We finally got it back. Now we are gonna put it back on. I've already raised all the motor mounts with washers and DIY brackets. Basically the engine should sit about 3/4 higher than it did previously. Now this should help with my exhaust scraping on the floor. I did swap over my springs as well. So my rears that were 4-inch 30Ks are in the front paired with helper springs. And then my fronts that were 5-inch 50 or 60Ks, because those I've cut so much I don't remember the spring rate, are in the rear, which I've also cut a little bit. So they're like 4 1/4, maybe 4.5 inches long now. So the XB should sit a tiny bit lower. Now I'm trying to max it out before I need to start cutting, because on the purple one I needed to cut the wheel wells before I could go any lower, and I obviously know I'm running the same wheels, same suspension. I'm gonna run into the same exact issue. Just trying to get to the point before I have to. Let's stop talking. Let's get this shit going, because it's already 10 p.m. I want to put the XB back on the ground so I can drive this shit tomorrow. If you guys haven't watched the other videos, I bought a 2004 Ranger, which I'm working on. The next video after this one will be actually the first modifications of the truck, and I can't wait till you guys see that one. It's actually pretty cool. Now, you guys have seen me take off this exhaust before. We're just gonna get it put back, and then we are gonna route the O2s, and I'm gonna show you guys how we're doing that. All right, so now the lowest spot is the subframe and the exhaust. As you guys can see, put it up against the bumper. The exhaust lines up with the back part of the subframe, which is really good. I would prefer for it to sit higher, but I would need to cut and re-weld it from the manifold. All right, so now basically we're gonna put the second O2 sensor. As you can see, the exhaust is already mounted back on. look through here. That's pretty good. All right, so I had bought an extension harness for the O2 sensor, but I basically unclipped it from the actual engine harness, and now it should be long enough to where I don't need an extension harness, which is ideal because my extension harness I kind of boofed. See, so this is good, but we're gonna throw it under here. And then we will just like zip tie it to the original one. This goes good right there. And as you guys could see, first O2 sensor, second O2 sensor, and we should be Gucci. Okay, so now that the O2 sensors are plugged in, the exhaust is connected, the thing I need to do is basically connect the hanger, which I had bought for it. It's gonna go like this, and then basically we are just gonna find a way to make it not move as much, because right now it just moves as much as it wants to. All right, so now we have connected everything, both O2 sensors and the hanger. As you can see, I kind of just screwed it there really tight, and it should only move a tiny bit when obviously the engine moves. Let's put the battery back in there, and then we'll pick back up tomorrow. We are back. We're gonna turn on the XB. Let me check the check engine because it's already throwing codes, and then we'll see. All right, so I just cleared the check engine. Double checked everything. Right now, no codes are showing. Now we might need to drive it. All right, so let's pull the XB out and see if it sounds any different. And the fucking XB is now mint. No check engine codes with the hood exit. Who else fucking doing it like that? We are still figuring out how to go lower. Now that's gonna be it for today's video. We finally perfected the hood exit on the XB. It has no check engine codes at all. I'm talking 0 lights on the dash other than TPMS. This shit's amazing. Now we are gonna be working on the Ford Ranger soon and doing a little bit more mods to the XB, so stay tuned for those. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like, subscribe, and follow me on all my social medias. Let's go.